Alright people, so we're back again. The palaces were pretty kick-ass actually. Some pretty intense history. Really, really cool architecture. And now we're in a huge, I don't know, this place is called Insadong. It's kind of like the main touristy souvenir area with lots of shops. And it's like a narrow street with no cars on it, thankfully, because there's just people everywhere, as you can see. And markets to the side. And I wanted to shoot this video because my last video was 5 things that I hate about Korea. It was actually about my 1 month phase of living here, or living in Asia and traveling around. And I wanted to shoot an opposite video that says the 5 things that I love about living in Asia. And this is the main one, like right here, this is the main thing I love. Just like, it's so incredibly lively. It's just, the vibe here is always bumping. You know, like you go anywhere at any time and it's just packed with people and lights. It's still light out, so you don't really see the lights right now. But it's just a neon solar system usually of music, lights, people, and it doesn't matter how tired you are, how little sleep you have, you just can't help but get like a charge from being around this many people in such a small area. So that's the number 1 thing I love. The number 2, I would say, would be like the nightlife. Well, that goes hand in hand with so many people, right? The nightlife here is insane. Like my first month, you know, I didn't get home one night before like 6 in the morning was like the earliest I got home. It's just insane here. I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to a lot of parties. And just, you know, I've been to a couple of Olympics, one in Sydney and the last one in Vancouver. It doesn't compare to like a regular weekend here. Things just don't stop. It's just the most insane clubs. I've never seen more public drunkenness. Like people just get freaking wasted here in this country. Like old men like just trashed on the subway. Like just, it's hilarious. Like the other night I had to like literally pick a girl up off the street and throw her in a taxi. She couldn't even stand, and I didn't even know who she was. She was just like passed out on the street, and we helped her in. I see a lot of this actually, which is really unfortunate. A lot of war veterans, a lot of people from the Korean War that are amputees and stuff. It's kind of sad. It's not one of my most like things in Korea. That just wanted to shoot that because I saw that guy there walking by. But yeah, just the nightlife. Number 2, it's ridiculous. Like things, you can go anywhere at like 4 in the morning and it's just getting good, and it goes until like whenever you want. If you want to party till 10 in the morning, you can. It's hardcore. And the cool thing is too, if you go to parties like that back in North America, it's all like kind of a hardcore drug culture, but here it's not. It's just drinking and fun. There's no drugs here. Like it's a drug-free country. Like you just can't do them. You can't find them, and you don't want to, because if you do, then you're jailed for like ever, or given the death penalty. So that's cool. It's just a pure drinking culture. Hilarious. I don't know where I should be walking here. So that's number 2. My 3rd favorite thing is the food. The food here is just amazing. Like it's just such good food. Every night I have something different, and it's great. Except for the time I ordered stuff that I don't know what it is, and you get a surprise. But in general, the food is it's incredible. Korean barbecue. I'm putting on some pounds. From the Korean barbecue, as well as the Korean soju and beer. I feel pregnant. Starting to look it too. So yeah, the food's great. The 4th thing is probably, I would say, the people. The people are really cool. Like even though they don't speak a lot of English, like they're really keen to help you. They're really super friendly. They're really interested in foreigners. They're really shy though, so they won't try and speak to you. So you kind of have to initiate. So that's pretty much a given. But everyone's really nice. And I would say my 5th favorite thing is just being a guy. It's like, this is by far, it has the most attractive, beautiful, hottest girls out of anywhere I've ever seen. Like Speaking of, it's just everywhere. Like they're so done up here. The style, the fashion is just awesome. It's world renowned. It's one of the fashion capitals of the world. They call it the new Paris. But yeah, like the girls here are just ridiculous. So we'll wrap it up with that. So those are my top 5 things I love about living in Asia and traveling around here. It's a great experience. I highly recommend it to anybody who's bored of their routine of living at home. The one thing that's good and bad is just that there's so much to do, but the bad thing is that it takes so long to get anywhere. I'm going to turn around and come back here. Let's say I hit the end of the road. Is that it takes so long to get anywhere. I kind of feel bad. My last girlfriend lived probably like 30 minutes away from me, traveling. I thought it was a big deal if I went there. Sorry, Lucy, if you're watching this, because now I travel like an hour and a half every night when I want to go out downtown Seoul each way, and I do it all the time. So, it puts things in perspective that, there's a lot to do here, which is good and bad because you spend most of your time commuting, when at home you would never think about, for example, I traveled an hour and 15 minutes one day to go get Subway, to get a foot-long sub. I would never do that at home, right? It's a huge city and you have to do things like that normally you wouldn't. So I guess one thing I should say is sorry to my past girlfriend for being such a lazy asshole and complaining about commuting 40 minutes or whatever, which in perspective is really nothing. So you're probably not watching this, Lucy, but if you are, apologize. And everyone else is thinking about coming here, I highly recommend it. It's an awesome time. Get used to the crowds. It's crowded everywhere, as you can see. There's just people. The cool thing is being tall, like I'm 6'7", and I haven't seen anybody come up to my shoulders yet. So I'm thinking about trying out for their Korean basketball league team here. Yeah, literally, I just feel like I'm a Godzilla walking around here. Everyone comes up to my shoulders, so I haven't been playing basketball at all since I've been here. Haven't worked out at all either. Feel kind of bad about that, but it's temporary. Enjoying it, living life to the fullest, and hopefully you enjoyed my 5 things that I love about living and traveling in Asia. And here, I'll wrap up with a view of the Korean flag. There you go. Welcome to the other side of the world, people. Until next time. Peace.